And today I'll be taking us on this presentation. So please, for those who are here for the very first time, please type a 2 in the chat. If you are here for the very first time, please type a 2 in the chat. Also, if you are new here, I would please ask you to pay keen attention to all I'm saying today. This business can help change your finances if you take it serious, if you let it. So please, put away any distraction and just pay keen attention to all I have to say today. We'll be out of here in approximately 1 hour. So please give me your full attention and be open to learn something new. That being said, I'm going to share my screen now and then we will kick off. Great. Coach Mo, can you see my screen clearly?
Yes, we can all see your screen.
Awesome. Thank you. Please, if at any point you can't hear me clearly or the network is messing up, please unmute yourself and let me know. Thank you. So that being said,
All right.
welcome everybody to this presentation on the business of Royal Q. So this presentation today will be for the average Joe, for the person that doesn't really understand what exactly cryptocurrency is, what exactly Royal Q is, and also for the new member, for the member that has gotten started but would like to know more about the business. It's one thing to join a business, it's another thing to understand a business. When you understand the business, you have the confidence to tell someone else about that said business. So this particular webinar is for the newbie, for the person that is looking to understand, the basics of what this business is all about. So that being said, let's move on. So what exactly is cryptocurrency? Because yes, the Royal Q business is a cryptocurrency business. What exactly is cryptocurrency? Before we go into what cryptocurrency is, I would like you to understand that apart from cryptocurrency, we also have what we call fiat currency. F-I-A-T, fiat currency. Now, what exactly is fiat currency? Fiat currency basically is any paper money, money that you can touch with your hands, you can put in your pockets, in your wallets. Basically, the legal tender of any country is fiat currency. For example, the naira, the dollar, the euro, the yen, anything that can be held in your hands physically is fiat currency. Now, there are a lot of restrictions that come with our regular banking systems. Let's say, for instance, you would like to send, let's say, $100,000 to a friend of yours overseas. Now, before you do this, there's a lot of hassle that comes with this, first of all. But let's say $300,000. First of all, you need to get to the bank. You need to ensure that you can send funds to that particular country. You need to ensure that you have the limits to send to that country. You need to sign some paperwork, all that hassle just to send your own money to someone. But the case is very different when it comes to cryptocurrency. Because with cryptocurrency, it is digital money. It is money that exists on the internet. It is money that can only be sent over the internet. You cannot hold cryptocurrency with your hands or put it in your physical wallet or your pocket. It can only be sent over the internet. Now, why are more people trusting the cryptocurrency movement? I'll tell you why. Now, in cryptocurrency, every single transaction, I'm talking about every single transaction from the inception of cryptocurrency, gets recorded on what we call a blockchain. Now, what exactly is this blockchain? This is where every single transaction that has ever happened in the cryptocurrency space gets recorded. Let me use a layman's example so that I always love using everyday examples so that we can follow. Like I said, this meeting is for the newbies. So I'll try my best to not use any technical terms so that you can understand me as simple as possible. So let's take, for instance, those of us that go to the market. Maybe you've gone to the market once or twice, and you've noticed maybe you're in a shop and a lady walks up to that shop. Now she walks up to that shop with a notebook. Now she meets the owner of that shop. She takes, let's say, 1,000 naira for those in from Nigeria. Let's say 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira. She takes it from the owner. She records how much was taken. She records the time it was taken. She records the day it was taken. Now you notice that she does this for each shop that she goes to. For every shop that she goes to, she takes money from the owner and she would record it. And they are doing that. In Nigeria, we call it ajo, which is where you are contributing money so that when it's your turn, you can take it and sort out whatever it is you're trying to do with your life. Then continue the crowdfunding, basically. So why is she recording every money, every bill that she's taking from the owners? Because of the future. Because of so that there'll be no discrepancy in the future as to how much she was given, what date it was given to her, and what time. So that notebook where she's using to write all those details can be referred to in cryptocurrency as the blockchain, because that is where every single transaction gets recorded. And the good thing about the blockchain is that any data that gets uploaded to this, please mute yourself as soon as you get into the call. Thank you very much. The thing about the blockchain is that any data that gets uploaded to this blockchain cannot be changed. It cannot be edited. It cannot be altered. So every transaction, any detail, any data that gets uploaded here is there forever. So that being said, it means that right now as we speak, I can go on the blockchain, I can scroll back to, let's say, 5 years ago at past 9 p.m. 5 years ago, and on this same Wednesday night, 5 years ago, and I would see a transaction that happened. What would I see? I would see a transaction that happened. I would see the wallet address that sent a fund. I will see the wallet address that received the fund. Now, why is that important? Because in the blockchain, we say in cryptocurrency, we say that the blockchain is transparent, but it is also anonymous. So we have a saying that the blockchain is transparent, but it is also anonymous. What do I mean by these terms? Now, by transparency, I mean that I can log onto the blockchain right now and I can check any transaction that happened on the blockchain. I can go 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I will see the transaction that happened at this time or whenever it is I want to see. That is transparency. Anybody can log on. Anybody can verify because it is an open book. It's literally an open ledger for every single person to look at. But it is also anonymous. Why will I say that the blockchain is anonymous? Because even though when you log onto the blockchain, you can see the wallet address that was sent, you can see the wallet address that received the funds, you can see the amount of cryptocurrency that was sent, but you cannot tell the owners of these wallets. You cannot tell if it is John that owns the wallet that sent it. You cannot tell if it was Jane that received the funds as well. So we have a saying that the blockchain is transparent and it is also anonymous. So please pay keen attention to all I'm talking about because I really like a very interactive class. I will ask questions as we go by so that I am sure that you are paying attention. So that's that for what cryptocurrency is. I've talked about it being a digital currency, which exists on the internet. I've talked about the blockchain, which is where every single transaction gets recorded. And I've talked about how every data that gets uploaded on the blockchain cannot be edited or altered. That is why people are moving towards cryptocurrency. So moving on, for those that don't understand that cryptocurrency is here to stay, these are a few statistics for you to look at. Now, as you can see over here, it says, one second, please. over here it says, as of 2023, there are over 420 million crypto users worldwide. As of 2023, yes, this data is quite old because as of 3 months ago, when I was doing my research, I realized that there are over 570 million 570 million crypto users worldwide as we speak. And yes, these numbers will keep increasing as the days roll by. Now, over here, we have the top countries that are involved with cryptocurrency. Number one over here, you can see we have the USA at approximately 46 million people. We have India at approximately 27 million people and counting. We have Pakistan at approximately 26 million people and counting. We have Nigeria at 22 million. We also have Vietnam at 20 million and counting. Now, this is to show you that the movement is here. People are getting in tune with what cryptocurrency can offer them, and they are getting started. So, like I said, this business is a cryptocurrency business. So, yes, every single detail of what I'm talking about will lead us to the business of RoyalQ, because you need to understand your business, you need to understand what you're getting into, you need to understand what you're trying to put your money into so that you are confident enough to tell someone else about this business. So we've talked about cryptocurrency, we've talked about fiat currencies as well. We've talked about the blockchain. Now, before I move on to this slide, I would like you to tell me in the chat, the two major characteristics I talked about, in regards to the blockchain. There are two major words I used when I was describing the blockchain. Could you please type it in the chat? Please type the two major words I used when describing the blockchain. For those that are here for the very first time, All right. Awesome. So Uche Chukwu says, just two people. There are over 65 people in the room right now, so I need at least 10% of answers. All right, so Uche Chukwu says, transparent and anonymous. Biggie FX says, transparent and also anonymous. Awesome. Ahmed says, cannot be changed. Transparent and immutable. Okay. Transparent and unanimous. No, I said anonymous. All right. So yes, I'm happy that at least a lot of people have the correct answer. And the correct answer is, as I said, it is transparent and it is also anonymous. And I also explained what these terms mean in regards to what the blockchain offers us. Now, moving forward, for you to get involved with cryptocurrency, to receive or send or buy or sell any cryptocurrency, you need to get involved with what we call a cryptocurrency exchange. Now, what exactly is an exchange? An exchange is basically a platform or a marketplace, a digital marketplace where you can purchase cryptocurrency, you can buy, you can sell, you can receive, you can send cryptocurrency. Remember, I told you cryptocurrency exists only on the internet. It is not something you can withdraw and hold with your hands. So yes, even your wallet where you will keep this cryptocurrency has to be digital as well. And that is where the cryptocurrency exchange comes into play. So there are different cryptocurrency exchanges out there. I'm sure you've heard of a couple of them. Yes, we have Binance, we have Coinbase, we have Kraken, we have KuCoin, we have Bybit. You know, there are so many of them that you can get get involved with. Now, moving on to trading pairs. Let's talk about trading pairs. Now, when you hear the word pair, what comes to your mind? Please type in the chat. When you hear the word pair, what comes to your mind? When you hear the word pair, what comes to your mind? Please type in the chat. When you hear the word pair, what comes to your mind? Anybody? We have over 71 people in the room right now. So please, two things. Okay. Chukuma says two. Value Chi says two things joined together. Awesome. Biggie FX says together or joined. Chukuka says double. Michael Weke says twins. I like this varying answers. Awesome. Awesome. Anthony says pairing two different currencies. Yusuf says two things to work together. Paripesa says something against something. Orik says two things. Abdul says comparing. I love these varying answers, not just one, fixed answer. Awesome. Things used together as a unit. Fantastic. Fantastic. So when you hear the word pair, what comes to your mind would be something that's in twos, something together, something paired with something else. So you are all right. You are all correct. So, but when you hear the word trading pair, obviously this means that it has to do with trading and it has to do with something that's in twos, right? So you need to also understand that when you hear trading pairs, it is not just regarding to cryptocurrency. Remember I told you that we have fiat currencies and we also have cryptocurrencies. So when you hear the word trading pair, we have trading pairs for fiat. We also have trading pairs for crypto. All right. So let's take, for instance, let's explain what exactly trading pairs are. Let's take, for instance, you have a friend of yours that returns, okay, let's hypothetically, you are in Nigeria, right? And a friend of yours returns from the UK. All right. Now, they returned from the UK, they came to see you, you guys had an amazing time. As they were leaving, they handed over £100 note to you. £100 to you. Now, because you can't use that money here in Nigeria, the very next day you decide to go exchange that for the legal currency of the country you are residing in at the time, which is Nigeria. So what do? You head over to Bureau de Change or to an Aboki and you're like, I beg, Aboki, I beg, how much be pounds to Naira today? Basically, you're asking him, please, how much is the value of this pounds I'm giving you in my local currency? How much is the pounds I'm with right now in my local currency? Now, the trading pair for that question you are asking would be GBP slash NG, sorry, 1 second, GBP slash NGN. GBP slash NGN. This simply means that, please, how much is the pounds I'm holding in the local currency of the country I'm residing in? So this is the trading pair, the GBP slash NGN. So when you hear trading pair, you are trying to find out what the value of what one currency is to another. Simply put. All right. So using this example I just gave right now, let's carry out a little exercise. So please, you need to type in the chat. So, and please pay attention. So let's take, for instance, hypothetically, you are in the US. You are in the United States of America. A friend of yours comes to visit you from Japan. A friend of yours comes to visit you from Japan. So they came from Japan and they came to visit you in the US. And they handed over the official currency of Japan to you while in the US. Obviously, because you can't spend that Japanese money in the US, you decide to go exchange that for the legal tender of the country you're residing in, can you please type in the chat? What exactly would the trading pair for that transaction be? Putting into account all the details I've said, your location, the amount, the currency type, your friend, could you please type in the chat box, what exactly would the trading pair be for that transaction? Anybody? We have approximately 75 people in the room right now. So what would we be? Okay, so Valuchi says JPN/USD. Ayola says USD/JPN. Okay. Oik says JPY/USD. BigFX says JPN/USD. Good Luck says Yen/USD. Someone else says PHP/USD. All right. So the correct answer would be, I think the person who got that was first person who got it was Oik. All right. So yes, the correct answer would be, remember, you are in the US, a friend of yours came to visit you from Japan, they handed over the official currency of Japan to you there in the US. You decide to go exchange that for the legal tender of the country. So when you get there, the trading pair would be JPY/USD. So this is the trading pair. This right here is the trading pair for that transaction. Okay, please type in the chat. We have talked about two different scenarios right now. Would you please tell me, these examples we've all given right now, what type of trading pairs are they? Number one, please type in the chat. All these examples we just gave right now, what type of trading pairs are they? Number one, crypto. And number two, fiat. What type of trading pairs are these examples I gave? Remember, the first one and the second one as well. What type of trading pair are they? Awesome. So Valuchi said fiat, fiat, fiat. So it's not crypto. Is there any varying answer? Please be confident. It's a learning space. So fiat, fiat, fiat. Awesome. All right. So yes, the correct answer is all those are examples of fiat trading pair. But also remember, I told you that trading pairs are not just specific to only fiat. Take, for instance, here we have, you can see we have BTC/USDT. What does this mean? Obviously, for those who have an idea about cryptocurrency, this is a cryptocurrency trading pair. This right here is a crypto trading pair. And simply, BTC means Bitcoin. I'm hoping everybody here has heard of the word Bitcoin. So BTC stands for Bitcoin, while USDT stands for United States Dollar Tether. Please mute yourself as soon as you get into the call.
Kawai dai trading ne kuɗinka kuma is there.
Please mute yourself when you get to the call. Thank you. Coach Mo, can you please help me? So as I was saying, USDT stands for United States Dollar Tether. All right. And what does it mean? Basically, USDT is the cryptocurrency equivalent of a regular dollar. So one USDT is equal to $1. So like I said, USDT is the cryptocurrency equivalent of a regular fiat dollar. Someone seems to be writing on my screen. 1 second, please. All right, so as I was saying, 1 USDT is equal to $1. So USDT is simply the cryptocurrency equivalent of a regular dollar. While same thing, $1 is the fiat currency equivalent of 1 USDT. I hope it is clear. So yes, when you look at this that says BTC slash USDT, it simply means that how much is the value of the Bitcoin you are holding in USDT? That is simply what it means. How much is the value of the Bitcoin you are holding in USDT? That is simply what BTC slash USDT means. Now, for those that have an idea about cryptocurrency, and can you please type in the chat any example, or give me numerous examples of cryptocurrency trading pairs? Please type it in the chat. Examples of cryptocurrency trading pairs that you have come across, so that those that don't have an idea can learn as well and understand when they see it. You should be expecting a lot of answers here because we have approximately 75 people in the room right now. So please, examples of cryptocurrency trading pairs that you have come across. All right. So Valuchi said XRP slash USDT. We have NOT slash USDT, Ethereum slash USDT. Please give me examples that don't have USDT by the side, so that people don't think that there must be USDT before it is termed a cryptocurrency trading pair. Give me an example of a crypto trading pair without USDT, so that people don't think that there must be USDT before it is termed a crypto trading pair. All right, so we've seen BTC slash XRP, awesome. NOT slash Ethereum, awesome. XRP slash BTC, awesome. BTC slash JPY. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Ethereum slash BTC, correct? BNB slash Ethereum, awesome. Awesome. All right. So moving on, now we have established what trading pairs are. We've established that we have cryptocurrency trading pairs. We've established that we have fiat trading pairs as well. Remember, all these will tie up to the business that we are going to talk about, which is RoyalQ. Now, moving on to basic investment strategies when it comes to crypto. Basically, how do you make more crypto? What kind of investments can you make to make more cryptocurrency? How can you go about it? The first way is by what we call hodling. HODLING. Now, what does this mean? It's a play on the word hold. HOLD. To hold onto something, to hold onto it, whatever it is. Now, what exactly is it? Let's take, for instance, now, 2 years ago, let's say 6 years ago, you had some money that you wanted to put into good use. You didn't want to spend it on bills or family or friends or on outings. You decided to invest it in purchasing a piece of land. Now, that piece of land costs you approximately 1 million naira. All right? It costs you 1 million naira to purchase that piece of land. And you told yourself that no matter what happens, you are not going to sell off this piece of land until 2024, until you see proper profit. You told yourself that. So let's say a few months down the line, somebody comes to you with a very juicy offer. The person now offers to give you 5 million. 5 million naira for the land that you purchased at 1 million naira. 6 months down the line. But you know what? You told yourself, no, you are not selling off because you are looking at the long-term value of this piece of land. You are deciding to hold onto this piece of land because you see and you feel that in the future, it will be worth way more than it is right now. So, fast forward down the line, thankfully, you were able to overcome all the temptations of selling the land, all the issues, family issues, or, temptations of selling it to have fun. And here we are in 2024. You decide to go check how much that piece of land is around that area. You now notice that in that area, a lot of development has happened. There are new roads, there are new buildings popping up here and there. Their infrastructure, schools are popping up, hospitals are popping up there. And obviously, with the presence of new innovation, the value of your land has now increased drastically. So let's say now they tell you that your piece of land is now worth 15 million naira in a space of 6 years. So you see that you made the right choice by deciding to hold onto that piece of land. So we would call you a hodler. A hodler. That is what we would call you because you decided to hold onto that piece of land for the long term. All right. Now, how does this matter in terms of cryptocurrency? Now, this matters because the people who decided to purchase cryptocurrency when it first started, the people that saw it when it came out and weren't scared, because yes, trust me, when cryptocurrency started, there were a lot of naysayers. There were people that said, this is just this can't work. This doesn't have any physical backing. Give it a few months, it would die out. This is just money in the air. It's not possible. It doesn't have any, there are no values. The funds will go to zero. But here we are, 2024, and cryptocurrency is one of the majorly talked about topics as we speak. So those people that saw the vision, that took that risk of investing in a little sum into some of these cryptocurrencies that popped up back then are multimillionaires now. When Bitcoin first started, Bitcoin was less than $1. It was less than $1. Approximately, let's say it was 10 cents for one Bitcoin. One whole Bitcoin was approximately like 10 cents. Now, let's take, for instance, you decided to purchase 10 pieces of this Bitcoin back then at 10 cents. How much would this be? How much would you spend? How much would you have spent to purchase 10 pieces of Bitcoin at 10 cents? How much would you spend? Please type in the chat. How much would you have spent? Anybody? To the newbies, the people who are here for the very first time, how much would you have spent? Valuchi says $1. Bama says $1. Yusuf said $1 USD. Abdul says $100. Wow. Matthew says $2. Chikasin says $1. So the correct answer is you would have spent a massive sum, a huge sum of $1 because you decided to purchase 10 pieces of Bitcoin at a price of 10 cents. So that would be 10 times 10 cents, which would give you $1. So yes, back then with $1, you would have purchased 10 pieces of Bitcoin. Now let me show you the power of hodling, the power of this word, being a hodler. Now, take for instance, you purchased that Bitcoin at, when it was 10 cents, you purchased 10 pieces of Bitcoin at 10 cents. You spent $1 to purchase those 10 Bitcoins. Right now, as we speak, can somebody tell me how much one Bitcoin is in the market? Please type in the chat. How much exactly is 1 Bitcoin as we speak? 1 Bitcoin as we speak. How much is it right now? How much is 1 Bitcoin as we speak? Please check. All right. So as you can see in the chart, it's approximately 59 to 60,000, 58 to $60,000 for 1 Bitcoin. So approximately $60,000. That is the price of 1 Bitcoin now. Yes, a little lower than that, but we'll just approximate to $60,000. So yes, 1 Bitcoin right now, 1 BTC right now is approximately $60,000. So please do the math. Let's say, as of when you purchased that Bitcoin years ago at 10 cents for 1 Bitcoin, and you spent $1 to purchase those 10 Bitcoins. If you had left all that Bitcoin in your wallet and you logged onto your wallet right now as we speak, how much would you have in that wallet? Please type in the chat. Considering the fact that 1 Bitcoin right now is approximately $60,000, how much would you see in your wallet address once you log on? Please type in the chat. So Abdul says $600,000. Valuchi says $600,000. Marcelo says 490,000. Awesome. So you get the idea. So yes, approximately what you would have in your wallet staring right back at you when you log in would be $600,000. And how much did you spend to get this? What was the massive amount? What was the massive capital you put into the market to get this return? $1 years ago. So yes, obviously this was an example of $1. People who started back then probably took a gamble and used $20 or $100, and just forgot about the money. And right now they are multi-millionaires in dollars because they felt that in the future this will be worth way more than it is as of then. And they were right. So yes, sometimes taking a risk does pay. That is the power of hodling. So you might be telling me, oh, I think Bitcoin has gone. I don't think I can make that kind of return anymore on Bitcoin. Well, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but there are other coins. There are so many cryptocurrencies out there that still have massive potential and are still very cheap that you can get involved with. The same way people saw Bitcoin back then and they took that chance. Yes, there are so many coins out there right now that you can look at and you can see that they have massive potential. So that being said, that is all for hodling. I'm hoping by now, when you hear the word hodling or hodl or hodler, you have an idea of what it means. Remember, we are still talking about the basic investment strategies, and the first one we talked about was the art of hodling. Moving on to the second type or second way is by day trading. Day trading. And when you hear day trading, it's simply done by day traders. And what do they do? For you to become a day trader, you need extensive knowledge and understanding of the market. It's not just a gamble. You need to know when to get into the market. You need to understand what the market is telling you at the time. Because yes, even news, even events around the world can change the trajectory of a trade. Even back then when Trump was president, he might come out and tweet something and that would change the entire market. Same thing for Forex as well. But for you to become a day trader, you need an extensive understanding of the market. It's not just a gamble. But the thing about day traders is that they are not looking for long-term gains like the hodlers. Remember, the hodlers are looking for long-term gains. They are willing to hold a coin for months for years even. But day traders are looking for the shortest time possible to make profit, and they're out. So yes, you need to know what you're doing before you are termed a day trader. But you don't have to be one or the other. You can be both. You can be a day trader. You can also be a hodler. Why? Because there are so many coins out there to take advantage of. Yes, there are coins that you can look at and you can see that there's a long-term potential in this coin. Then you can invest in those ones. But also, there are coins that you can look at that have short-term potential, coins that are very volatile, coins that are always ranging. Then you can decide to day trade those coins. So that being said, those are the two major ways you can multiply your cryptocurrency. Number one, by hodling, and number two, by day trading. Now, moving on to why we are here today. We're here to talk about the business that is Royal Q. Before we go into that, if you ever heard of the word artificial intelligence, please type yes in the chat. If you have ever heard of the words artificial intelligence, please type yes in the chat. If you have ever heard of the word artificial intelligence, please type yes in the chat. Only 3 people. We have approximately 80-something people here right now. Okay. Awesome. And if you haven't heard of the word AI, please type no. If you have never heard of the word artificial intelligence, please type no in the chat. Okay. All right. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy that we have varying answers. So, brother, good luck hasn't heard the word artificial intelligence before. Good. All right. So, when you hear artificial intelligence, let's take for instance, in the US right now, we all know the man. Well, I'm hoping majority of us know the man called Elon Musk. Now he runs quite a number of companies, but one of the major ones is the Tesla company. And what do? They produce self-driving cars. Self-driving cars, which simply means that you can wake up in the morning, you've got ready for work, you don't feel like driving. What do? You get into your car, impute the destination of your office, sit back and relax, and the car will take you to your office or your destination, or wherever it is you're heading to. All that is done with the power of artificial intelligence. You remember back in the day, for you to pass an exam, you need to go for night class, go and study, go to the library. Years later, we got introduced to the cyber cafes. You'd go in there, you'd buy some time, let's say 20 naira or 15 naira to buy 1 hour of time. You would use that to surf the web on Google, do your assignments. And the future, yes, some time went by again. We didn't need to go to the cyber cafes anymore. All the internet we needed was now in our mobile phones. Right now, who would have thought that in the future would have like a meeting room like this, whereby you're listening to my voice. I might never meet you ever in this life. You might never meet me, but you're here trying to understand what I'm trying to say. You're trying to gain some knowledge from all I'm saying. This is the power of technology. This is the power of artificial intelligence. This is the power of innovation. Change is constant and it would keep evolving as we go. Same thing in China right now. There are companies that are self-driving taxi companies. I'll say it again. In China, there are self-driving taxi companies. What does that mean? They don't have a single driver on their payroll. There is no single driver on their payroll for some companies, some self-driving companies. What does it mean? You just log on to the application, select your location, the car drives up to your location, you get in, and it takes you to your destination. Please mute yourself when you get into the call. Thank you very much. So that is the power of artificial intelligence. That being said, if you have an AI tool that can help make your transportation better, there are so many tools out there that can help make your 9 to 5s better. There are AI tools that help photographers better. AI tools that help video editors better. Right now, there are AI tools that you can just type what you would like to see, and it will produce it in a video in seconds. That is the power of artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is here to help every single one of us make our lives easier. So if you have a business or if you have an AI tool that is helping making your transportation better, an AI tool helping make your 9 to 5s better, helping make your productivity better, why not have an AI tool that can help make your trading better? Which is where RoyalQ comes into play. RoyalQ is a semi-automated AI trading bot that helps you monitor the market while you go about your day, your 9 to 5, your business, whatever it is you do. This bot will work for you. Basically, it becomes your employee. So it can trade for you, it can monitor the market, it can close trades, it can enter trades while you carry on with whatever it is you're doing with your day. All right, over here we have a graphical representation of what I've been trying to talk about. On the left, we have a human, a day trader. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that day traders don't make money. I'll be lying to you if I say that. If I tell you day traders that don't use bots don't make money, I'll be lying to you. Yes, there are day traders that make money even without bots. But there's only so much you can do as a human being. There's only so much trades that you can monitor at a time, at a go. A human being cannot monitor 50 trades, 100 trades, 200 trades at a go, and buy and sell and monitor and know when to get out of the market, know when to get in, all that. No, it is not physically and humanly possible to do that. A human being sometimes trades with emotions. Let's say you have a feeling that, oh, my rent is almost due. My school fees are almost due. My kids' fees are almost due. Now I need to trade as much as I can today. That is trading with emotions. And when you're trading with emotions, eight times out of 10, you will lose money because you're not trading with basic fundamental analysis. You are trading with emotions, which is why when you're trading with an AI tool on the right, it doesn't care what you have running in your life. It doesn't care if you have bills to pay. It doesn't care if you have rent, if your rent is due. It just executes. Your RoyalQ bot just executes. It enters a trade when it's supposed to. It sells when it's supposed to. There is no sentimentals about you being its owner. No, it just trades. Another good thing too is that the AI tool, the RoyalQ bot, can monitor over 20 to 50 to 100 trades. As much as you can give it, it can handle. As much as you can give the bot to trade, it can handle, which is physically impossible for a human being. Now, moving on. How does this RoyalQ bot really work? Here we have a graphical representation of how it works. Here we have the RoyalQ bot. And over here, we have your digital bank account, which in this case would be Binance or any exchange of your choice that works with the RoyalQ bot. And over here, we have the API. Now, what exactly is this API? Let's take, for instance, years ago, before these commercial banks that are in our country became quite popular, maybe you were in the school or at your office or wherever it is you were, and some people walked up to you and they told you, please, our banks offer amazing services. Our banks are they're leading in technology. Come and join us, we'll give you the best interest. That person, that marketer that walked up to you, what were they trying to do? They were trying to merge you with the bank. So they were the middleman. They were trying to merge you with their bank. So that marketer would be termed the API in this case. That is simply what the API does here. The API connects your RoyalQ bot to your personal bank account, your personal digital bank account. Now, why is this important? Please take note. If you don't take anything away from this call today, please remember that in RoyalQ, you do not send your money to anybody to trade for you. You do not send your funds to anyone to trade for you. We've all been a part of, I'm guessing a majority of us on this call have been a part of some business that has promised us heaven and earth. They've told you, send your money to us, we'll trade for you, and we'll pay you some percentage every month or every day or every week. If you have ever been a part of such business that has eventually failed, please type yes. If you have been a part of a business that has promised all that, telling you that send us your money, we'll trade for you, we'll pay you some percentages every day or month or week, and obviously they all failed eventually, please type a yes in the chat. Let me know those that that experience such things with me. So, just a few people. Just a few people. You guys are lucky. About 8 of them. Wow. Yeah. So yes, I'm seeing a lot of yeses in the chat. So yeah, businesses have come and gone. They have promised heaven and earth, and obviously they've all gone away. But here in RoyalQ, I will say it again, you do not send your funds to anybody to trade for you. All your funds are sitting pretty in your custody, in your Binance account, in your Bybit account, in whatever exchange you are using. All your funds are sitting there in your own custody. Why is that important? Because you have everything pertaining to security in regards to that account. You have the password, you have the email address, you have the 2FA, everything that pertains to security is in your control. Everything. So yes, even your capital is here, your profits are here as well. Nobody can make a withdrawal except you. Nobody can access your money except you. So like I said, if you don't take anything away from this call today, take this one away. That in RoyalQ, you do not send your funds to anybody to help you trade. No. Your funds are sitting pretty in your own custody. Your profits are also there. Your capital is also there in your custody. That is the power of the RoyalQ bot. Now, how does this RoyalQ bot make money for us? What type of trading does it do? So please pay keen attention because we are getting into the part that you need to understand, especially when you want to build this business, how you can explain this business to someone else. So how does the RoyalQ bot really work? What kind of trading does it do? Now, the major type of trading that RoyalQ does is called spot trading. Spot trading. When you hear this, if this is your very first time of hearing this, you might think this is some very technical term, but no. By the time I'm done explaining, you'll see that it's quite easy. Spot trading. What does this mean? Now, spot trading is simply, I'm hoping we have a lot of businessmen and women on this call. Whatever business it is that you do, there's a major thing. Every businessman and woman, when they are starting a new venture, a new business, there is something they are looking to. There's a major thing they are looking to get when they are trying to start a business. The major thing that they are looking to get once they start a business, or during the course of starting a business, or as the business is going on, there's something that every businessman and woman looks forward to. Can you please type what it is in the chat? If you have an idea, can you please type what that would be in the chat? There's always something. There's always something that you're looking forward to. All right. So Valuchi says capital. There's always something you're looking forward to. Looking forward to. All right. So Yusuf says profit. Lisa says profit. He says profit, and majority of everybody is saying profit. So yes, the major thing that every businessman or woman, thinks about before they start a business is like, what kind of profit can I make from this business? What kind of profit can I make from this business? Nobody starts a business looking to lose money. I have not met anybody like that. Nobody thinks of a business and is hoping, oh, I hope when I get into this business, I lose money. No. Everybody that starts a business, whether 9 to 5 or whether buying and selling, whether delivering services, looks at what kind of profit can this business get me. And what exactly is profit? Profit simply is buying low. You buy a product, you source for a product, you get it for cheaper, you buy it low, and you sell high. Basically, you sell it higher than the amount you bought it. And the difference between that is obviously your profit. You buy low and you sell high. Simple. So now you see, this word here, spot trading, simply is buying low and selling high. I told you by the time I explained it, you will notice that it's nothing technical when you hear spot trading. It simply is buying a currency at a lower price and selling it at a higher price to make profit. As simple as that. Why is spot trading so powerful? And why is it the major strategy used by the Royal Q bot? Because of a few things. The first one is that obviously it buys and it sells high, buys low and it sells high. Two, no margin of futures trading. As you have seen here that we have spot trading, yes, there are other types of trading, but this is the safest form of trading. Safest form. If you decide to, maybe for those that have an idea about trading, if you decide to go do futures trading or margin trading, you can lose money. You can lose a substantial amount of your money. Next, several trades in a day. Finally, no emotions and no losses. No losses in spot trading. What do I mean by that? You might be telling me, how is that possible? How are you trading and there is no loss? It's not, I don't think it's possible. You're trading. How? I'll explain to you. In spot trading, there is no loss. There is only one instance where we can say, okay, you have officially lost your money. Now let's go into that. Let's take, for instance, I always love using very basic examples so that we understand. Let's take, for instance, you go to the market and you purchase a bag of rice. A bag of rice. And you purchase that bag of rice for 30,000 naira. And your plan is that when this bag of rice that you purchase for 30,000 appreciates to 50,000, you are going to sell in profit. That is your plan. But things happen in the market. Things happen once in a while. And now you notice now that the bag of rice you just purchased, let's say a few days down the line, you start hearing some news that rice is becoming cheaper. Now that bag of rice you bought for 30,000 naira is now worth 25. It is now worth 20. It's now worth 15. The price of rice is dropping. Yes, for the average man or for the person, for the average consumer, It's good news because they can buy rice for way cheaper. But as a businessman or woman, it's not quite profitable for you. Now, in this example right now, would you say that you have lost money, considering the fact that you are still in possession of that rice? You haven't sold it. You still have possession of that rice in your house. Would you say that you have lost money? Please type yes or no in the chat. Would you say that you have lost money? BDFX says yes. Anybody? We have 83 people on the call right now. I need more answers. Would you say you have lost money? BDFX says yes. Queen says no. The majority of no. If you feel like you have lost money, please be confident and type yes. We will definitely correct you if it is wrong. Mabel says yes. Anybody else? Chinedu says no. Queen says because it is still in your possession, you lost time for holding it. That's what Lisa said. No, because I am still holding it. Chukwuka says not yet. That is the perfect answer. Not yet. You haven't lost money in this example. Because you are still in possession of that bag of rice in your house, you haven't lost the money. You have only lost the value. You are only losing the value of that bag of rice in your possession. Because as soon as the market recovers or starts recovering from 15,000, it pumps to 20, to 25, to 30. At that point, yes, you've broken even because that's the amount you bought the bag of rice. If it continues forward or upwards to your profit target, yes, you make your profits. So you didn't lose money because you are still in possession of that bag of rice. Now remember, I told you that there is only one instant that will say that, yes, now we can officially say that you have lost money. So throughout this time where your bag of rice is from 30,000 naira to 25,000 to 20 to 15, we would say that you are in a floating loss. It is not an actual loss. You are in a floating loss. Anything below the price that you bought the coin or the product or the merchandise, we would say that you are in a floating loss. Why is it floating? Because the price is fluctuating. The price keeps fluctuating up and down. Now, I told you that there's one instant that will say that now you have officially lost your money. And what is that instant? Let's say the time that the price of rice dropped from 30,000 to 25 to 20 to 15 to even 10. And you told yourself, I have waited for so long for this market to recover. I don't think I can wait anymore. I have waited so long, I don't think I can wait anymore for the price to appreciate. Let me just set it off like that. As soon as you do that, as soon as that bag of rice exchanges possession, as soon as you sell it to someone else at a lower price from when you bought, then we can see that you just had an actual loss. But as long as you don't sell off, as long as you just hold on to that bag of rice until the price appreciates, you haven't lost money. You would have only lost the time. Yes, it might take a while, it might take weeks or months to appreciate, but you haven't lost money. Now, that is the power of what spot trading offers you with Royal Q. Because yes, all these examples I'm giving right now of the bag of rice, of course, you understand that they mean a cryptocurrency in this instance. So spot trading is the major way that the Royal Q bot uses to trade for you and I to make profits. And remember, floating loss, you can have floating loss, but as long as you are still in possession of that cryptocurrency or that coin, you haven't lost money. As soon as the market recovers, you will make back your money or even break even at that point. Now, moving on. We've established what spot trading is. We've talked about what profit is as well. Now, there's another strategy that Royal QBot uses to make money for you and I. And that strategy is called the Martingale strategy. It is called the Martingale strategy, or it can be called the dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging. What exactly is a dollar cost averaging? Let's take another example. Let's say, for instance, let me look up a few names in the chat and see. Okay, let's say Philip. Let's say Philip decides to purchase a cryptocurrency at $200, right? He decides to purchase it at $200. His plan is that when this price appreciates to $500, he's going to sell in profits. That's his plan. But something now happens. Obviously, we have our own plan, but the market does whatever it wants to do. But something now happens. That price, that coin that he bought for $200 starts depreciating. It depreciates to 150, depreciates to 100, even depreciates to $50. This coin that he bought for $20 is now worth $50. And he's wondering, what's his name again? Philip, yes. So Philip is wondering, what should he do? Should he sell off in profit, in loss? Should he just wait? What can he do? The coin he purchased for $20 is now worth $50. What should Philip do? Philip is wondering, have I lost my money? And the answer is no. You haven't lost your money yet. Because you are still in possession of that cryptocurrency, you haven't lost it. You have only lost value of that cryptocurrency that you are holding at the time. Why is that important? It is important because as soon as this price starts appreciating and it gets back to this initial price of 200, he would have broken even. If he decides to wait even further for the market to get to his profit target of 500, fantastic. The only thing that Philip would have wasted or taken or spent would be time, which is the time that it took for the coin to drop from $200 down to 150 to 100 to 50 and back. But as for if he lost the money, no. He was still in possession of that coin. Now, that is one example. Philip opted for the choice of time, for the choice of waiting for the market to go down and come back up. But let's take, for instance, we have a different person. We have a person, a lady, and let's say her name is Lisa. And Lisa decides to do the same thing that Philip has done, but with a little difference. Same thing. She told herself that she purchased a coin for $200. Her plan is that when it gets to 500, she's going to sell in profit. But the same thing happened to Lisa. The price of the coin starts dropping. It dropped to 190. From 190, it dropped to 150. From 150, it dropped to 100. It even dropped to $50. Same thing. The coin she purchased for $200 is now worth $50. What did Lisa now decide to do? Lisa understood that the market does only two things. The market goes down and it comes up. The market goes down and it comes up. The market is constantly fluctuating. So Lisa is not panicking. She understands what the market will do. But she decides to do something a little different from what Philip did. Because remember, the only thing Philip did was he decided to wait for the market. The market went down, he waited, he cared about his life until the market recovered. But Lisa decided to take action. How? Every time the market dropped, Lisa saw it as an opportunity to buy more coins. So yes, when the price dropped from $200 to $190, Lisa bought more coins. When the price dropped to $150, Lisa bought more coins. When the price dropped to $100, Lisa bought more coins. When it dropped to $50, Lisa bought even more coins. Why is this a powerful move? Because Lisa understood that as soon as the market starts recovering back to this point where she bought at first, she would have made way more money than Philip, because all Philip did was wait for the market to go down and come up. But Lisa saw this as an opportunity to buy coins for even cheaper prices. Now, this scenario I gave you right now is exactly what we call the dollar cost averaging method, or the martingale strategy, whereby your Royal Q bot purchases more positions for you even when the market is dwindling or the market is depreciating. It will keep buying more positions for you, because when the market starts recovering upwards, you would make way more money than if you had decided to just wait for the market. All this happens seamlessly with the power of the Royal Q bot. Everything I just explained right now, from the purchase to the buying at different levels to the selling in profit, all that happens seamlessly with your Royal Q bot. It's an amazing piece of technology. Now, moving forward, how can we operate your Royal Q bot to be more profitable? The first one, we've talked about different strategies. We also have the cycle strategy. We also have the one-shot strategy. What exactly is the cycle strategy? When you hear the word cycle, I'm sure you have an image of something that is recycling, something that is constantly going back and forth. So what exactly is the cycle strategy in Royal Q bot? It simply means that you are telling your Royal Q bot, please, let's take for instance, you are telling your bot, please purchase this coin for me at, let's say, $200. When the coin gets to 500, please sell. If the market starts coming back down again to, let's say, 300, please repurchase into this coin. If the coin appreciates to 500, please sell. If it comes back down, please buy. If it goes up, please sell. It is a constant motion. It's a constant thing. You have told your bot to keep carrying out this activity until you come back and you stop it. That is why it is termed cycle, because it will keep happening until you come back and tell your bot to stop. Now, the next one is called the one-shot strategy. And just by the name, I am sure that you understand. It is a one-time instruction given to your Royal Q bot. Let's take, for instance, you tell your Royal Q bot, please purchase this coin for me at $300. When it gets to 500, please sell. If the market starts coming back down, do not rebuy into this coin. Even if it comes back down way past the initial price, do not rebuy into this market. The only thing that matters in this one-shot strategy is the very first trade, where you told it to purchase at this point and sell at this point. Anything more, the Royal Q bot will not repurchase. That's why it's called the one-shot strategy. It's a one-time trade. If you understand this, all the things I've said so far, what the cycle strategy is, and what the one-shot strategy is, please type a yes in the chat. If you understand what the cycle strategy is and what the one-shot strategy is, please type a yes in the chat. Anybody? Awesome. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Even the newbies, even the people that are here for the very first time, if you don't understand, please type I do not understand or no, so I can go back a bit. All right. Awesome. So I'm happy everybody's following. Now, we've talked about cycle, we've talked about one shot. Now, for the profit targets that you can make monthly with these strategies, for the cycle strategy, you can make from 5 to 30% per month, depending on the coin you have chosen to trade. Next, for the one-shot strategy, you can make from 5 to 100%, same thing, depending on the coins you have chosen to trade at the time. Now, moving forward, what kind of income do you make from the Royal Q bot? The first one is called the trading income, which is simply the money you make when the bot sells in profit for you. That is called the trading income. Next, you have the team trading profits. Team trading profits, which is basically people who you have shown this business to. Once they decide to join the business and start trading and making profits, you also make profits. Next, we have the affiliate income here. Same thing. This is simply when you decide to bless people with this opportunity and they decide to join the business. Excuse me. You also get rewarded for bringing them into the business. Next, you have the fuel fee. What exactly is the fuel fee? Remember, we talked about profits. We talked about every businessman or woman starting a business, they do it because they want to make profit. So yes, this Royal Q bot, you may be telling me that it sounds amazing, but the people that made this bot, the developers, did they just make this bot for free? Just like that? No. Of course, they made it to make profit. And how do they make profit? They only make profit when you make profit. Every time you sell successfully, when you make a profit, 20% of that goes to them. And only when you make a profit. If you don't make a profit, nothing goes to them. So yes, they are counting on you. They want you to succeed so they can get their own cut of your profits. So let's say, for instance, you make $100 in profits, 20% of that goes to them. If you make $10 in profits, 20% of that as well goes to them. Now, moving forward, how do you get started with this business? What's the amount of funds you would need to get started? Number one, you will need a minimum of 240 USDT. Remember, we talked about US dollars, we talked about USDT. You would need a minimum of 240 USDT to start this business. Now, how is that split? From that 240, 120 USDT goes to your subscription. Because yes, it is a subscription-based bot yearly. So 120 USDT would go to paying for the bot to gain access. This gives you a 1 year validity. You can use the bot for 1 year when you pay the 120 USDT. Next, 20 USDT is for the fuel fee. I talked about that a slide earlier. This is where whenever you make a profit, 20% of that is deducted from this 20 USDT right here. And only when you make a profit will that be deducted. Finally, you will then need a minimum of $100, 100 USDT in your Binance. Now, this is just a minimum. Of course, the more capital you have, the more profit you can make. You can't expect to start off or have a capital of $100 and make the kind of profits that someone that's trading with 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 is making. So yes, this is just a base amount. $100 capital is what you will need to at least get started. But of course, the more capital you have, the more profits you can make. And the good thing, remember I said, all your capital and your profits are in your possession. You are not sending your money to anybody to trade for you. Now, moving on. 7 reasons why RoyalQ is amazing. Number 1, no payment of salary to anyone because everything is done on your smartphone. Next, no data required. The only time you require data is when you are setting up your RoyalQ bot. But as soon as you click on start, as soon as you start off a trade, you can turn off your data, you can walk into a place that has no internet access, you can go to a remote area and your trades will go on smoothly. Next, 0% supervision, your capital and your profit is 100% safe in your custody. I've said this over 4 to 5 times already. Everything is in your custody. Next, your children and your kids can inherit this business. We have a saying that in the future, we will no longer be passing on, land documents and, all this, all these documents to our loved ones before we pass on. We'll be passing on our passwords and our private keys for our loved ones to access our digital wealth. Next, no loss of funds and no third party. Next, no skills required except you decide to become a day trader. I told you how to become a day trader. You need extensive knowledge and understanding. And luckily for you, we have calls almost every day of the week. We have technical calls on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Zoom calls. You can get back to the person who invited you to this call and let them know. They will definitely send you a link to those meetings. Finally, what do you stand to gain when you join the RQTMI group? Number 1, you get access to the RQTMI premium group to earn more. We have a thriving community on WhatsApp. We have so many groups. We have amazing members. We have amazing leaders that are there to help hold your hand and show you how this business is done. So once you join or you have any questions, you can always ask your questions. You can always reach out to people and they are willing to help you out. Next, free training until you become a pro with the RoyalQ bot. Like I said, we have meetings almost every day of the week. You can get back to the person who invited you to send you the next available meeting. But this particular meeting today holds on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, I present. So you can always use this to send your prospects over, send your new members over as well to learn more about the business. Next, RQTMI, you'll get the RQTMI trading setup template. Now, this template is amazing. It caters to whatever capital structure you have, from $100 to $5,000 to $100,000, whatever it is. We have a setup template for you that can help you maximize your capital to make the best profits you can possibly make with that. Now, if you decide to go learn all this elsewhere, it could cost you from $5,000 to $6,000 to learn. But once you join the RQTMI team, you get this for free. Every single thing you see here, as soon as you sign up and you activate your bot and you become a part of the community, you get all these perks for free. Awesome. So that being said, thank you so much for taking our time to listen to this presentation. If you got any value from this call, if you understood all I talked about, please type yes or please type value in the chat if you understood and you enjoyed this meeting. My name is Ikenna George Elendo. I'm going to unmute ourselves to say our goodbyes. Have an amazing evening, everyone. Good night.
Good night. Good
Good
night,
night,
Coach.
sir.
You've
Good
done a
night.
great job there.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you
so
much.
much.
Good
I
night,
hope you
sir.
enjoyed the meeting.
Yeah, good night, Coach. Good night. We really
Good night,
appreciate
sir.
Bye.
Really
Good night.
appreciate it.
Send your
Good night.
prospects over. When
Down.
you get a new
All
member,
right.
Send them over to come
Thank
learn
you,
more.
sir.
Awesome. The meeting will be the recording will be sent to the groups. So please do well to attend more
This one.
meetings to learn more about the business.
All right,
Good
you've
night,
done well.
everyone.
We appreciate.
Anytime.
I don't know. This is not good. Okay. Where is my you can write sold. I've sold my dollar. I'm happy. This is the first time no, this is the second time. $7 million.